Christian goes to King of the Ring and hopes that maybe, just maybe, there is one last run in him. Look at this in the ring by TM61. Miller arguing with Thorne here. It's all to play for between Reigns and Tanahashi next week. 2 out of 3 falls. Hello and welcome to Universe Mode. This is Monday Night Raw. We are on our way towards WrestleMania, and of course we are in for a big time main event this evening. One that you do not want to miss a second of. It is the rematch we have all been waiting for. It is 2 out of 3 falls to determine the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. Regardless of Adam Cole's decision, we will be getting one of these two men against Marty Scurll. 2 out of 3 falls. Roman Reigns, Hiroshi Tanahashi coming up in the main event of this evening. The villain Marty Scurll has got to be watching on, looking at this and thinking that it is going to be a very, very big evening for him and his title. That is all to come. That big main event is to come at the end of the show. But we're going to start off the show with what should actually be a very interesting match and a very entertaining match in my mind as well. Randy Orton one-on-one against Bobby Lashley. Two guys a little bit not in the favored momentum that they would want. A little bit off the, I don't say off the deep end, but a little bit off the favored path they would like to be on. Here tonight they can go to battle one-on-one and try and sort out where they are, try and sort things out on where they are in terms of this roster. This roster's stacked with talent, of course we know it. And even though the #1 contender for the world title will be determined this evening, even though Adam Cole could throw himself into the mix, there is still plenty of other doors open. And Randy Orton heading towards the ring, looking for a win over a man who, of course, along with him, has been on a drop of form as of late. Bobby Lashley, last time we saw him was a Battleground, and he looked to kick his bad form out of the window, kick his losses he had been suffering, kick the fact that he was the first man eliminated in the Royal Rumble out of the window. But of course he was met by the Velveteen Dream, who went on to beat him. Randy Orton, I actually don't know, I don't think we had seen Orton since the Royal Rumble. And I don't exactly remember Orton's performance in the event either. With 30 men whose performances I did have to remember, so, you know, not the easiest job in the world. Nevertheless, Randy Orton preparing for this one though, ready to go. And like I said, this is about both these guys just trying to bounce back from what they're on, trying to bounce back from their shaky form that they're on and turn everything into a profit, essentially, turn everything into an up arrow in terms of their momentum. They don't want to be in the middle, they don't want to be in a downward spiral, they want to be a name that is remembered around here, because the honest truth is, if you are on a downward spiral, it is incredibly tough to turn it around, because so many other guys can be on an upward spiral and never show a sign of letting up either. I mean, Hiroshi Tanahashi hasn't been pinned or submitted since joining Monday Night Raw 6 months ago. It's huge. But here comes Bobby Lashley towards the ring anyway, ready to go here. Can he bounce back from his recent disappointed form since returning to this universe? Can he make things happen for himself here on Monday Night Raw? I mean, this is definitely a match that could go either way. This is definitely a match as well that both men will want to win and neither can afford to lose. So it is a very interesting outlook on this match as a whole. Who will give it the more of the two? Who will put more on the line? Who will try more? Who will risk more in order to walk out with that victory? The honest truth is that I don't know. I can assume as much as I want and I can guess as much as I want, but I won't know the answer until that bell rings after the 1, 2, 3, or a submission. More likely to be a pinfall between these two guys, though. The Spear and the Dominator assisting Bobby Lashley, and of course the RKO, Randy Orton's favored weapon of choice. Crowd cheering on Randy Orton here this evening. They want to see him succeed. They want to see him get the victory. Orton returned to Raw at the start of this series of Universe, immediately set his sights on Roman Reigns. And after the loss to him, things kind of, I guess, started to dip for Orton in terms of form. And of course, the same could be said for Bobby Lashley after the Royal Rumble as well. Definitely going to be interesting to see how this one kicks off, how these two veterans, how these two former world champions are able to counter one another and walk out with the win. Good cannon there by Orton with that stun gun. Throwaway suplex there, exploder from Orton in the early stages of this match. Great power from him as well. From the Triple Crown champion. Is he a Grand Slam champion, Orton? I'm not 100% certain. I don't think he is. But he's definitely a Triple Crown champion, having held a world title in the past. Former Intercontinental champion. And a former WWE Tag Team champion. And World Tag Team champion as well, now that I think about it. I'm pretty sure I'm right with that one. Nicely done there by Orton. Dumping him down on the ropes there. Heavy landing for Bobby Lashley. But Lashley again, look at the speed and way, the way in which he moves himself into that gutbuster. It's just the speed is so much to comprehend. It's lightning quick from Bobby Lashley. Orton definitely trying to give him a run for his money, though. Definitely trying to make sure that Lashley isn't in over his head and that Lashley is put right back down to earth. Orton says press there. Stopping Lashley right in his tracks and using his momentum against him to knock him down. Another quick jab there by Lashley. Might be looking for that gutbuster again. No, instead he's going to try and work on the arm here. Can Orton find a way out of it? Yes, he can. Punches in the ribs. Getting him out of that hold. Orton turns him round now. Gets stuffed with a big back elbow. Lashley gets stuffed trying to slam Orton there. Good counters from both guys back and forth. Gut wrench. Neck breaker from Orton. Thing of beauty. Signature. One of the big moves of Randy Orton. But here comes one of his big signatures. Lashley going to be hung out to dry. Rope hung DDT. Orton got all of it on Lashley there. And a heavy, heavy impact for the Viper. Good counter from Lashley, though, with that back elbow. Not staying down for too long. And again, he goes back to that gutbuster. It's like a separation move for him. It's like a move that can give him time. And it's a great move as well because it is an effective one as well. Taking the wind right from underneath your opponent. Lashley sending Orton into the turnbuckle. Good counter from Orton there. He could be one RKO away from victory here. Good back suplex. Nothing over the top. Just a simple and effective back suplex. Olympic slam after it as well from Orton. Didn't go for the cover right away. Waited a little bit, but still pretty close to finishing things off there. Just not close enough. Kicking the gut from Orton now. Lashley reeling slightly. Back elbow. Orton turning him around again, and another Olympic slam. He gets all of it. This time going right into the cover. Has he done enough to beat Bobby Lashley here? No. Lashley again kicks at it too. And retorts to rolling outside of the ring briefly. Gonna catch his breath in this one. Is Lashley. Orton just standing in the ring. He's happy with where he is. He knows that he has control where he is as well. Good count there by Lashley, though, with a big shoulder tackle. Takes Orton right from off his feet. Orton could have been looking to line up the RKO there. Lashley doing his very best to stop it. Gorilla press into a power slam. Has Lashley done enough to knock off the Viper here on Monday Night Raw? Not quite. Kick at it too by Orton. Lashley now lifts up Orton. Big chokehand spine buster. Heavy impact for the Viper. And here goes Bobby Lashley now. Looking to finish the deal. There's the spear. Rolling right into the cover after it. And Bobby Lashley returns to winning ways with it as well. Lashley, your winner to kick things off on Monday Night Raw. A big win there for Lashley, returning to what he once had, returning to his run of form. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Great bit of respect at the end of the match as well. Orton realizing he was beaten fair and square and raises the arm of Lashley in a show of respect. It may well be all about getting wins, but at the end of the day, there's no need to hold a grudge. Randy Orton raising the arm of Bobby Lashley, congratulating the winner. Good opening match there to kick things off on Monday Night Raw, but we move on now because it is time for once again the Velveteen Dream to be in action. The Dream has arrived to Raw for now the third week in a row. Victories over Bobby Lashley, Cassius Ohno, and last week Sami Zayn, propelling Velveteen Dream into the spotlight of Monday Night Raw, where he would love to be each and every week. And I mean, why not? He beat a former world champion last week, no less. This week, not such so with a former world champion. This week, it's not really looking like that, if I'm being honest. It's, it's Curtis Axel. Yep. Well, there we go. Dream heading towards the ring anyway, so expect to see another easy win for the Velveteen Dream lining up, and looking forward to seeing how that one goes, in all honesty. Dream, you know, like I said, he's had a great start, though, on Monday Night Raw. There's no doubt about it. It doesn't need to be in a great match every single week, because the fact of the matter is, you know, give Dream time to learn the ins and outs of Monday Night Raw, how his plan of action will go, I guess. And of course, from then on, Dream can decide what is best for the Dream. I imagine what is going to be on its way for the Dream, though, is another win here tonight. Curtis Axel has been out of form for the longest time. Hasn't won a match since October. And only that was through the intervention of the Stinger over Marty Skill. And the Dream, of course, is not a guy who's going to be... Well, no one's going to be on the bad side of Sting anymore. Sting is sadly gone. But despite that being the case, the Velveteen Dream ready and raring to go here. Ready for this action that comes his way here on Monday Night Raw, as we are ready to see the Dream in action once again here. He has definitely been a firm fit into Monday Night Raw since his arrival. There's no denying that, and he's looking to keep that one going here with another win here tonight. Dream soaking in every moment of it that he can of his entrance, and it really begs the question of what is next for Dream. I mean, honestly, I would have thought Velveteen Dream would have been the King of the Ring. It didn't seem as if Dredge wanted to go down that route, but nevertheless, the Dream ready to go here in this one. Curtis Axel stands across from him, and Dream heading right into the swing of things there. Big drop kick to get us going. And the Rainmaker DDT will strike instantaneously as well. Axel's head spiking off the mat. Nice exploder suplex as well. Dream getting aggressive from the start here on Axel. There's no denying it. He is very aggressive indeed. This is almost looking like an air of frustration from the Velveteen Dream right here, right now. Counter there from Dream on Axel. From behind, a second match in a row with an Olympic slam in it. That's pretty interesting. We can add that to the tally this evening if we want to. Suplex attempt from Axel. Took too long. Counter there from the Velveteen Dream, who's going to hit big with a backbreaker on Axel. Just going through his moves right now, going through his whole repertoire. And the Dream is not going easy for a second on Axel here. Neckbreaker. It's a third generation talent. Velveteen Dream exploded onto the scene in NXT. Maybe yet to hold a title in this universe, but that doesn't change the fact that he's only lost 2 singles matches, both of them to the current NXT champion Tyler Bate. Jackhammer there from Velveteen Dream. Doesn't get enough for a 2 count though, but I don't think Dream really cares about that big leg drop. And Dream looking to try and end things already. There's the Death Valley driver from Dream. And that'll lead in the one final move to achieve victory. This one going to be his quickest win yet. Purple Rainmaker connects. Elbow into the chest. And another victory in the column for the Dream. Dream has done it once again. Another easy win assembled for him. The Dream can take home another victory. But is it a bit of a hollow one, given his recent opponents? Given the caliber of his recent opponents as well. Oh boy. This is a different side to the Dream. This is a much more aggressive side from the Dream. After the bell. Going after Curtis Axel here. Velveteen Dream definitely not happy with what has come his way. Rainmaker DDT there from Dream. This is definitely a way of signifying your frustration here. Axel just completely out on his feet. Dream doing as he pleases. Dream just taking out all of his frustrations on Curtis Axel. Boot right into the gut there Up on top he goes again. Purple Rainmaker to Axel. Dream airing his frustrations physically, and now grabbing a microphone. And for the third week in a row, Dream will hear something through the words again of the Dream. He will hear something through his mouth. And Dream believing that he deserves much better than that. Is that all that he's on this brand for a useless nobody? If that was the case, then he'd want to go to SmackDown. But the Dream sees an opportunity. What if he defeats a certain Bobby Roode for his United States title? Dream saying, we'll just have to find out what the future holds. Well, Dream setting his sights very early and very quickly on some gold. That of Bobby Roode's. The Dream wants it. But will he get it? That's a very, very interesting thing to look at. A very interesting thing to think about as well. The Velveteen Dream wanting a crack at the US title. Throwing himself right into the front of the line, it would seem. Here is a man, though, who knows an awful lot about that US title. 2018 being the year in which Lars Sullivan was pretty much... What's the word I'm looking for? Significant to the United States Championship division. His name practically belonged there in the 2 times that he held it. And of course, now Lars Sullivan is gearing up for tag team action here on Monday Night Raw. Despite their loss at Battleground, things have not ended for the partnership of Sullivan and Shelton Benjamin. Things are not over, and while Cesaro and Sane continue to gain their own advantages as well in the tag team division themselves, Sullivan and Benjamin wanted to continue on their alliance as well. Not too certain as to why. Both guys could definitely give it another crack in the singles division, but I am very intrigued by what I see here. Sullivan and Benjamin will take on TM61, who, as you saw at the top of the show, having a little bit of a disagreement with one another, having a little bit of an argument after the bell. Nick Miller walked down on Shane Thorne on that evening last week. I do not know how TM61 are. I do not know what they're like. I do not know if things are still fine between them. I don't know if there's still animosity after what happened last week. But what I do know is that they have to go in action here tonight against Benjamin and Lars Sullivan. This is not an easy match for them by any standard. Certainly not the gold standard as well, like Shelton Benjamin calls himself. Benjamin will be looking to bounce back from having tapped out to Sami Zayn at Battleground and turn things back into a victory column for him. We'll see if he can do so here. I would imagine it is Shelton Benjamin who is leading the way for this team. If I had to guess, I would say it is Benjamin leading the way. Sullivan just maybe not being given directions, but just being told, go out there and beat people up. And he's like, yeah, fine, easy. And he does that. Here they come, though, towards the ring. The mighty TM61 coming towards the ring here. Miller and Thorne seem to still be in good stead with one another. But I do have to wonder, what is their current state of mind with one another? If I was Shane Thorne, I'd feel kind of pissed off. I put all the work into that match last week. I gave it everything. I hung in there as long as I could until I couldn't fight on any longer, and Miller rewards him by walking out on him. If I was Thorne, I would be pissed because he gave it socks. He gave it everything he had, and he got rewarded by having someone who is not only his tag team partner but a close friend of his practically walking out on him. See what difference that'll make here, and Lars Sullivan going to start things off against Miller. This might be a proving point by Thorne to say, oh, you think you can deserve walking out on me? Let's see how you do in this ring right now. Right, here we go between these two sides. It'll be Sullivan and Miller starting things off here. Maybe not the start that Nick Miller wanted, but it's the start that he has got. Big slam there by the Freak. Amazing to think in this ring, only one guy has won tag team titles in this universe, and it's Shelton Benjamin. He held the WWE tag team titles an awful long time ago. In the turnbuckle goes Lars Sullivan. Nick Miller running into him there, full pelt, and knocking the freak off his feet. Counter there by Sullivan. Double elbows his way out of it. Full Nelson slam right in front of Shane Thorne there as well. A hard impact hit. No doubt about it. And Miller just trying to get something going here for TM61 in the early stages. Sullivan, though, definitely going to be the guy to make sure that that isn't the case. Power bomb. Got all of it. And a hard power bomb as well. The way Miller just slammed into the mat there. Tag made. In comes Shelton Benjamin now into this one. Right into the gut. That one went on Miller. German suplex follows up after as well. Nicely done there. Good little bit of a combination for Benjamin, thinking on his feet. Saito suplex as well, slamming his head into the mat. Benjamin all over Nick Miller right now, in complete control, but deciding he wants to tag the freak back into things here. Lars Sullivan giving the tag back in. Miller's down and not exactly in the best of shapes right now. Thorne got off the apron momentarily. I think I was in a bit of frustration trying to will his partner on. In the turnbuckle we go now. Miller could make the tag into Shane Thorne. Sullivan denies him no. Lariat there. Oh, look at that. Stopped in his tracks. Thorne showing frustration. And Lars Sullivan isn't interested in playing games any longer. Freak accident. A freak accident by Sullivan, planting Miller into the mat. Sullivan wasn't interested in letting this match run out, it seems. The freak accident strikes. Thorne didn't even try making it into the ring. And it's a win for Sullivan and Benjamin. Well, there you have it. Miller was in. Thorne didn't even tag into that thing. And Thorne didn't even try to make the save at the end of the match there. And look at this. The scene flipped to what we saw last week. Thorne now arguing with Miller. And now it's Thorne who pays him back for last week. Thorne walking out on Miller after the match. TM61 definitely having some conflict of interest with one another here. Now it's Thorne who walks out on Miller. Thorne didn't even try in that match though. He just flat out walked out on him. I don't know what's going on with TM61. Things aren't looking good for them. Things are looking far from mighty. There's no doubt about it. But ladies and gentlemen, we have a great contest coming up for you right now. A rematch from before the Royal Rumble. Kairi Sane versus Ronda Rousey. I know at the start of the show we talked about the main event and how much of a focus we had on that and how important that one is here tonight, because that does have WrestleMania implications 100%. This could have WrestleMania implications. I do not know the full outcome, but what I do know is that the Raw Women's division has been stacked up over the last few weeks and months. Sane, Ronda, Asuka, Rosemary, Jordan Grace. Those are the big front five in this division. And you've still got the likes of Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Alexa Bliss, AJ Lee. This division's big, and there's a lot of talent in it as well. But Kairi Sane looking to get another win over the Rowdy one. Ronda Rousey only has one loss on her record in this universe. And there's the woman who did it, by submission, no less, to become the number one contender to the title at the Royal Rumble. Sane came up on the short end of the stick, losing to Asuka. But then again, who hasn't at this point? Kairi Sane ready to go in this one though, ready for battle. Can she achieve a second victory over Ronda Rousey? Can the Pirate Princess conquer the Rowdy one yet again here on Monday Night Raw? The last time they fought, I believe it was the main event, was it not? And it was a thrilling main event as well. Now they go again. May not be a number one contender match on the line, but there could well be something regarding the Raw Women's title awaiting these two women down the line. Whichever one shall win it. Ronda ready to go. Heading towards the ring right now with a lot of fire in her eyes to conquer back from that loss to Kairi Sane. I think that was the last time we saw the Ronda Rousey in action as well. So definitely she wants to get that out of everyone's mind, and especially get it out of her mind. She heads towards the ring right now, a very stern and serious look on the face of the Rowdy one. No doubt about it, Rousey wants to just completely flip the books on what we saw happen the last time we saw her in singles action. She wants to flip things back to a victory. And I wonder if she can do just that. Rousey ready to go. Sane looking across from her. Here we go. These two women, they may well have respect for one another, but there's definitely some kind of what's what I'm looking for? This you can kind of sense it in the air. There is a sense within Rousey, especially, that there's an air of a little bit of a grudge between these two women because of their last match. And so they battle again here. Asuka, I imagine, has to be watching this one. She's got a woman who she has beaten once, and a woman who she is yet to face. Imagine the baddest woman on the planet meeting the Empress. What a contest that one could be with everything we've seen Asuka going through since she won the belt 4 months ago. And there is the third match out of 4 so far with an Olympic slam in it. Kurt Angle, out injured, probably loving every bit of what he's seeing. Kick in the gut there by Sane. Went for the spear. Great leapfrog from Rousey. And every time we see Ronda in action, she's just progressing. I know there's something, we just see her progressing more and more. And maybe that is why she did lose to Sane. She hadn't progressed enough, you know. She hadn't learned enough from outside of being a mixed martial artist to get a big win. There's another fucking Olympic slam. To get another win, though. To get a win, though, that as big as that one. To beat an opponent as big as Kairi Sane. In a match as big as that one was. Ronda is a great athlete, and we're seeing it. She's getting better and better every single damn week. But Sane has been doing this her whole career. Sane has the experience advantage, and that's how she was able to get that win over Rousey last time out. Can she do it again here tonight in the midst of Rousey, who has been training non-stop since that loss to Sane to get better and better as an in-ring athlete? Look at this now. Rousey, though, definitely has the strength advantage on her side. Leg kicked out from underneath her, and up and over and out to the ring goes Rousey. Sane with a big clothesline there, and on the outside is definitely not where Ronda Rousey wants to be. This is where she would probably have her biggest disadvantage, in all honesty. Back in the ring we are now, though. Let's see what'll happen right here. Irish whip off the ropes comes Rousey. Swats the drop kick away, though. Rousey is doing a good job. There's no doubt about it. Lifting up Kairi Sane, and again she hits with that Hurricanrana. Not sure if that's a new move in her arsenal, but it's definitely doing a good job for her. Kairi Sane. Michinoku driver planting her down there. And Sane, wait a minute. Sane going up high here. Is she thinking about risking it all? The insane elbow! Will it put away Rousey? Is it 2-0 for Kairi Sane over Ronda Rousey? No, it was close, though. It was so close to being that. Kairi Sane hasn't done enough, but she ain't letting up here. Look at how she maintains control of Rousey, keeping, of all people, a bronze medalist in the Olympics down on the mat. Kairi Sane getting aggressive here. Double stomp into the gut. Looks for the kick, though, but Rousey blocks it. Dragon screw. Heavy dragon screw as well. And Sane, slow to recover. Great transition there from Rousey, spinning around, hits that back suplex, follows through with the arm. Sane kicks out at 2, but Rousey's not letting up, and again she strikes with a Hurricanrana. Heavy knee right in the face of Sane, and Rousey's starting to look much more fired up here, looking much more aggressive. That insane elbow woke up Ronda Rousey. Gut-wrench powerbomb there. Sane staggering on her feet. And here goes Rousey now. Lariats. Ducks under. Leaping clothesline. And Rousey feeling quite confident right now. Sane all of a sudden on the back foot. Working over the arm. And you know exactly why. Set up for that armbar. Take away the insane elbow as well to go along with it. Rousey with a quick strike there. Kairi Sane, great counter. And sends Rousey into the turnbuckle. Look at him, he takes one quick counter to turn things around. Shoulder tackle there. Big, heavy hit for Rousey as well. And she goes launching up in the air with nothing to help her on the way down. Kairi Sane now going to make her walk the plank. The shoulder tackle. The walk across the ring. And the forearm into the chest of Ronda Rousey. Rousey staggering. And Rousey could be beaten. She's tapped out to this once. Will she tap out to it again? The anchor is locked in. But Rousey has found the counter. This time she doesn't tap out. Rousey breaks the hold. Counters Kairi Sane as well. Kick in the gut. Rousey's got the arms. There's the transition. And there's the armbar. There's the armbar on Sane. Sane kicking. If she can move her body just a few inches, she could reach those ropes right there. She could get her full on the ropes and cause a break. Keep this match going. Ronda Rousey yanking on that arm, and Sane had no choice but to tap out. Sane couldn't make the ropes. The torture was too much, and Ronda Rousey avenges her loss from last month. A staggering contest once again. These two women weren't about a feeling out process this time. They weren't about trying to learn the ins and outs of each other. They already knew it, and they rewarded us with a fantastic match. But Ronda Rousey turning things around, flipping the script, and achieving a grand victory over Kairi Sane. And as she celebrates her win, oh look who is heading towards the ring, the Raw General Manager of all people, Mr. Dredge. Getting into the ring, congratulated Ronda as she was walking up the ramp. A big win sustained for for Ronda Rousey. But here is Mr. Dredge in the ring. I don't think we've ever seen him halfway through a Monday Night Raw. He's saying he is out here for a good reason, because he has some breaking news that he wants to give us. Some news that we are going to be excited to hear. And I mean, there's every reason why we might be a little bit frustrated about him. I mean, come on. We're waiting on the main event. And Dredge just made his way out here to make this announcement. I mean, it better be a good one, all things considered. He did just disrupt Ronda Rousey's victory as well. He is saying that we did see an outstanding performance from Ronda. He was impressed enough that he couldn't help himself and grant her the opportunity of a lifetime. Believing that some of us may know what he's already on about, because it's not every day that Dredge comes out here and gets to do this. Well, no, it's like 1 day out of 7. Ronda Rousey is given the chance to redeem herself after that sweet revenge over Kairi Sane. Next week, what a number 1 contenders match that is going to be. Ronda Rousey versus Jordynne Grace. The winner getting the chance to face Asuka for the Raw Women's title. That is big. That is a big one indeed for next week. But of course, for tonight, there is a big match coming up. The much anticipated rematch between Hiroshi Tanahashi and Roman Reigns. This one is going to be the big match. This one is going to be the match that we deserve, the battleground. This one is going to be one that we do not want to miss. And it comes our way up next. Well, a big announcement made from Mr. Dredge. There's no doubt about it. Ronda Rousey versus Jordynne Grace next week on Monday Night Raw. The winner getting the shot at Asuka for the Raw Women's title. Grace could get another chance. Ronda Rousey could get her first one. But that is next week. This is tonight. The main event of the evening. 2 out of 3 falls. Roman Reigns, Hiroshi Tanahashi, who goes to WrestleMania? Who faces the villain, Marty Scurll. We know that we're not going to be hearing Adam Cole's decision until March, until next week at the very earliest. But what we do know is that we will be getting, at the very least, a one-on-one match. And there will be a winner this time around. There has to be a winner in this 2 out of 3 falls match. There will be a big, huge fight on its way in this main event. Roman Reigns, Tanahashi, a battleground they fought. And it didn't quite go the way that either man wanted. Roman Reigns and Tanahashi fought to a double count-out draw. There wasn't a winner declared on that evening. And we were left wondering, what is going to happen? What is the outcome going to be? How are we going to decide who faces Marty Scurll? We were left completely skeptical to that, and Mr. Dredge clarified it. 2 out of 3 falls. We said that 2 weeks ago. Both men have had wins to lead up to this match. Reigns beat CM Punk 2 weeks ago. Tanahashi beat Goto last week. They stared each other down at the end of last week's episode of Monday Night Raw, and there is one thing that runs through my mind when I think about all of this, and it is one very interesting reality. Tanahashi could very well lose this one. And I don't say that to be rude to Tanahashi. I don't say that to insult Tanahashi. I say that because it's a likelihood. And I say that, as I said, I'm not bashing Tanahashi. I think Tanahashi's an incredible athlete. But at Battleground, he was beaten. There's no two ways around it. At Battleground, Tanahashi looked like he was going to lose to Roman Reigns. Until that double countout happened. I mean, when that double countout happened, the only reason Roman Reigns lost is because he couldn't get back in the ring fast enough. Tanahashi was down. He was out. The ace was finished. The only thing that saved Tanahashi, the only thing that has brought Tanahashi to this evening, was that 10 count. Otherwise, it would have been over. Otherwise, Tanahashi would be watching from afar. Otherwise, Roman Reigns would have been the first man to pin Tanahashi on, well, not to pin, sorry, but to beat Tanahashi in action. Honestly, with that going for him, there's no doubt in my mind that for the first time this evening we're going to see Tanahashi pinned or submitted since joining Monday Night Raw. And I think this is more Roman Reigns is to lose than Tanahashi. I have to say it. Tanahashi has a point to prove after Battleground because he did look like he was going to lose. Roman Reigns has to show that he did have Tanahashi beat. That he isn't. That he's still, Roman Reigns still can't knock away that element to him that he can't win the big one. That he cannot get that win when it matters the most. That he cannot make the big thing happen. When it comes to the big match, on the big scenario, in front of everyone, Roman Reigns has a tendency to choke. And this, a time unlike any other, is a time where he needs to kick away that choking moniker. Because it is WrestleMania right around the corner. It is Tanahashi he is fighting, a man who it looked like he had beaten at Battleground. This is Reigns' to lose. This is Tanahashi's to win. I never thought I would ever say the ace is the underdog. But he is. After Battleground, he just is. He may well be on a 6-month undefeated streak. He may well have gone 6 months without being pinned or submitted. That doesn't change anything. Roman Reigns should have beat him at Battleground, and he didn't. He has to beat him tonight. No exceptions. Reigns coming out of the gate swinging. Second time in this match already. He's going to look for that high cross sit-out powerbomb, and he'll get it. No cover this time. Of course, the objective here is simple. You win. First guy to get 2 falls wins. 1 fall is not enough. You got to get 2. The winner of that, of course, will meet the villain Marty Scurll in the main event of at WrestleMania. It could be the main event. Saying that, but of course we won't know for a week at the very least. And Raw isn't interested in waiting around until he makes his decision either. They're going right for it with two guys who have been on the, or at the very top of Monday Night Raw, pretty much since Dredge took charge. Reigns came in when Dredge came in. Reigns with Mr. Money in the Bank. Tanahashi was brand new a week into his career as a member of the Monday Night Raw roster. And now they fight for the right to battle Marty Scurll at WrestleMania. Uppercut there by Reigns. Both men colliding with one another. That could have been Tanahashi's method to try and stop the Superman punch. There's the sling blade. Tanahashi looking for a quick early fall. High fly flow is countered. High fly flow denied. Reigns, spear! Spear from Reigns. Tanahashi saved by the ropes. Good counter there from the Ace as well, slapping the ears of Roman Reigns. What does it do? What's the word I'm looking for here? You know, disorientating him a little bit. Tanahashi has to stay on top of things right now, though. He's got Roman Reigns down. He needs to keep him down. He needs to stay on offense here. Double forearms. Might have been looking for the sling blade. Reigns denied it. Reigns, of course, has a spear in this match already. Tanahashi's high fly flow was denied. The only reason Roman Reigns might not be 1-0 up is because of the ropes. And that was Tanahashi's veteran instincts. That was Tanahashi's incredible awareness in ring. His ring awareness, his ability to read where he was, saving him right there. His arm was at full stretch to reach the ropes, and it paid because he is still at level pegging. Double elbows there by the Ace. Not backing down for a second here. Roman Reigns not giving him a moment though. Tanahashi in. German suplex. These two guys are giving it socks right now to get the first fall, let alone the last one necessary, let alone the most important one. Because there is a big question over whoever gets the first fall, what kind of momentum do they have? Superman punch from Reigns. That could well tell us the story. Roman Reigns might be well about to answer my question. Spear! No rope break for Tanahashi this time. A thumping spear from Reigns. And a cover, which for the first time in Tanahashi's career since joining Monday Night Raw will read 3. That is the first time in 6 months Tanahashi has been pinned or submitted. And that gives Roman Reigns a 1-0 advantage. One fall away from getting that title shot that he has hoped for so long. One fall away from helping to kick off the moniker of him choking. But Tanahashi with an all-important sling blade. Roman Reigns in the perfect position for Tanahashi to strike. Oh, but he won't go for it. He won't go for the high fly flow. He'll go for the high fly cross, but it didn't pay out. Reigns plucking him out of thin air. And what a transition to get that buckle bomb. And now trying to make the Ace submit here. Trying to make Tanahashi tap out. Trying to make it so that he can have him submit. Then he'll have him give in. Reigns, though, not going to Mania just yet. Tanahashi won't allow it. In the turnbuckle, big flying forearm from the Ace right there. I wonder, we saw him last week against Goto breaking out a twist and shout on the outside. Could he use that again here this evening? Texas Clover hold. Texas Clover hold for Tanahashi. The Clover hold is locked in and Reigns could be about to tap out. No! Quickly broke his way out of that hold. Tanahashi is very much on the back foot, and I think we're almost seeing a panicking Ace right now because he doesn't know what to do. Tanahashi hasn't been in this state of mind for a long, long time. Cover made. Trying to put him away here, trying to even the playing field. Roman Reigns kicks out at 2. Tanahashi starting to get aggressive, starting to get aggravated. And this could be where a big mistake could be made by the ace. Roman Reigns could finally have found the game plan to break the ace. Tanahashi hasn't quite been in a scenario like this one before, and that is incredibly advantageous to Roman Reigns. It's almost a level playing field for both men. Up on top. This is going to be big. No, it's not. Tanahashi stops it. Drop kick. Could have been a very big move there for Roman Reigns. Tanahashi going up high. You never know with Tanahashi when he'll break it out. He might look for the high fly cross again. He will, and this time he gets it. High fly cross into the cover on Reigns to level things up. Oh, he got close again. Another 2 count for the ace. Close, but not enough. Tanahashi, wait a minute. Twist and shout. Go on. Tanahashi shouldn't be doing this right now. He should have rushed to the top rope, should have rushed up high. He had everything in him there to hit the high fly flow, and he took too long, and Reigns makes him pay. Turns him round. Electric chair bomb. Heavy impact for Tanahashi. Roman Reigns looking to seal the deal. Looking to clean sweep Tanahashi. Spear! 1, 2. How close can you get to 3? How close can you get to the count of 3? Tanahashi just found that one out. Somehow, the ace still lives. Drop kicks the leg out from underneath Roman Reigns. Go fly. Fly, ace. Fly to the very top. Tanahashi pulls himself up there. High. No. Just a splash. Just a splash from Tanahashi, and Roman Reigns still with so much fight left in him. Kick in the back there. Now, practically dead center, middle of the ring. Tanahashi goes up high again. He goes up there once more. Is this the one for Tanahashi? High, fly, flow! 1, 2, level playing field. The next one is where it all matters. Tanahashi claws himself back into this one. 1-1. The final fall becomes the most important. The next man to get a 3 count or a submission is going to WrestleMania, is going to face the villain Marty Scurll. This is the most important fall these guys have had in a long time. And it could well be one of the most important falls of their careers. Superman closed that attempt from Reigns. Tanahashi evaded. Caught the leg as well and clotheslined down. Tanahashi now, all of a sudden, has turned things around. The ace is the one in the driver's seat. Roman Reigns getting up to his feet. Superman punch! Superman punch! Oh, but the ropes save him again. The rope saved Tanahashi for the second time in this one, and Reigns has got to be irate with himself. That could have been enough. That could have finished Tanahashi. Oh, look at this now. Snap German suplex. Tanahashi, though, unable to put Reigns away. The ropes saving Roman Reigns. Tanahashi going up high again. He's going up there again. Is it another high fly flow? It is! High fly flow! 1, 2, oh! Roman Reigns kicks out at 2 of the high fly flow. Tanahashi was inches away. He's going up high again. Does he smell another one? Is he going to look for that splash once more? He is! He gets it! But oh, he couldn't go for the cover. Grasping his ribs in pain. Roman Reigns on the back foot now. The choke is on its way. Unless Reigns can do something to turn this around from a 1-0 advantage, Tanahashi has come flying into this one and he's controlling the match. Reigns, though, using his power advantage, just grabbing Tanahashi there, keeping him in place, setting him up against the ropes. Reigns Big clothesline. Tanahashi hits the outside. Roman Reigns. Oh my! Look at the flight Reigns took. Cleared the top rope without even touching it. The Superman-esque leap from Roman Reigns. And a rightly earned. This is awesome, because what a main event this has been. Tanahashi still stands. He sends Reigns back in the ring. Sling Blade! Are you kidding me? I thought he was done. I thought that might have ended things. Tanahashi just fought right back. Sling Blade. High fly flow. 1, 2. Hiroshi Tanahashi is going to WrestleMania. I thought he was beat. I thought this was going to be the one where Tanahashi finally coughed, where he finally spluttered, where he was finally beaten. But it wasn't. The ace doesn't stay down. He remains undefeated. He remains the ace. And another all-important factor, he remains, or rather he is now, the #1 contender to Marty Scurll's World Heavyweight title at WrestleMania. Depending on Adam Cole's outcome, we could be in for Villain versus Ace. That closes things on an incredible episode of Monday Night Raw. The Ace is going to the big stage.